Welcome to Faith and Culture. I'm Malik Jordan. Today we're unpacking one of the hardest tensions for modern believers, money. Not just making it or spending it, but understanding how to handle it without losing your soul.
Exactly. Because if you scroll online for 5 minutes, you'll see it. A world obsessed with wealth. Hustle culture, luxury culture, even spiritualized versions of greed dressed up as blessing. But somewhere between poverty and prosperity, the Bible calls for balance.
And balance starts with truth. The Bible never said money was evil. It said the love of money is a root of all sorts of evil. There's a difference between having wealth and wealth having you.
One of my favorite lines from Tiffany Gerdine's Seeking Peace is where she says, "Lasting peace comes when control changes hands." She was talking about nations, but that same principle applies to money. We find peace when we realize it's all Jehovah's.
Yeah. Psalm 24:1 says, "The earth is Jehovah's and everything in it." Once that truth lands in your spirit, it changes everything. You stop measuring success by accumulation and start measuring by assignment.
That's deep. Because some people are praying for millions, but God is asking, can I trust you with hundreds? Stewardship starts small. It's not about what's in your hand. It's about what's in your heart.
Well said. That's what makes Joseph's story so powerful. Before Pharaoh put a ring on his hand, Joseph proved faithful in a prison. Before he handled Egypt's economy, he handled his integrity. God promotes character before currency.
You know, most people talk about the test of poverty, but few talk about the test of prosperity. When you don't have, you pray. When you finally do, you forget. Money tests memory.
Exactly. Deuteronomy 8 says, "When you have eaten and are full, don't forget Jehovah your God, for it is he who gives you power to get wealth." He doesn't just give wealth. He gives the power to gain it, the skill, the discipline, the network.
And that's why pride is so dangerous. Wealth can deceive you into thinking you built yourself. The truth? Every opportunity, every breath, every idea, it's all grace.
Look around, celebrities, athletes, CEOs, many gained everything they wanted but lost everything that mattered because money can make life easier, but it can't make life meaningful.
And it's not just personal greed. We see whole industries collapse because money became the god. The tech world, entertainment, even politics. Greed drives exploitation.
Right? Look at recent scandals, managers exploiting artists, charities misusing funds, corporations cutting corners to chase profits. It's the same pattern. When man replaces God with gold, corruption follows.
And sometimes it's disguised as success. People selling values for visibility, trading truth for trending. But Proverbs 11:4 says, "Riches do not profit in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death."
That's why the believer's goal isn't wealth, it's wisdom, because wealth without wisdom is a weapon. But wealth guided by godly wisdom becomes a witness. You know, Jordan, peace doesn't mean being broke, it means being balanced. That's why God's people can and should lead in financial integrity. We can show the world how wealth can heal, not harm.
That's real. When money is surrendered to Jehovah's will, it builds schools, funds missions, helps communities. It's not the currency that's corrupt, it's the character behind it.
Exactly. In Seeking Peace, Tiffany shows how even nations can be redeemed through right stewardship. The same goes for individuals. Money is a tool to build bridges, not walls.
So the question becomes not how much do I have, but how much of what I have honors God. That's the measure of biblical wealth.
I want to speak to the next generation for a moment. If you're a student, entrepreneur, or dreamer, don't chase the bag, chase the builder. If God can trust your heart, he'll fill your hands.
Facts. Because character is the only wealth that follows you into eternity. You can't cash in stocks in heaven, but integrity deposits eternal interest.
That's why godly character has to lead the conversation. You can be educated, connected, and talented, but without wisdom from above, you'll still make decisions that destroy.
Leaders of tomorrow, hear this. Don't leave Jehovah out of your decisions. Money without his guidance multiplies confusion, but when you seek him first, success follows with peace.
So let's make this practical. If you want to handle wealth God's way, start with 3 habits. 1, give first. It breaks greed's grip. Save with purpose, not fear. That live content. Gratitude attracts grace.
And if you're struggling financially, don't think you're forgotten. God develops you in seasons of lack so he can trust you in seasons of plenty. Stay faithful in the small things.
That's right. Money doesn't define your worth. It's just one of many tools Jehovah can use to shape your witness.
Wherever you are in your financial journey, remember this. Peace doesn't come from the number in your account, but from the one who accounts for your needs.
And that's why this conversation matters, because the world needs more believers who know how to build wealth without bowing to it.
I'm Jordan Taylor.
And I'm Malik Jordan. Thanks for joining us for Faith and Culture. Until next time, stay faithful, stay fruitful, and keep your peace richer than your paycheck.